Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Blueprints. Day number 8. I'm genuinely upset about what happened yesterday. That I squandered the upgrade disc. That's okay. It happens. I completely forgot that I had that. Okay. Hopefully we just get like a new... Holy cow. Add 8 classrooms to today's draft pool. I don't know what that means. I don't know what we get for a classroom. A tome. Each time you draft a dead end in your house, it spreads 5 gold in the tomb. So we'd have to come back here to retrieve the money. That's wild. And then the root cellar again, which I'm continuing to avoid, not on purpose, but just because, like, you require a shovel. These ones don't necessarily need a shovel, but I'm really curious about the classroom. This is a hell of a dilapidated former classroom. Herbie. So it's like nostalgia, right? Like he kept a lot of his childhood rooms and stuff. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Hello, hello. So and this is exterior to the grounds, right? So the flames are going to stay, question mark? Is the other one still on? It is. Okay. So there's some form of like permanent progression here with the fires. I don't know what. Ooh! Okay, there's a thing there. I wanted to see if the belted up books were anything, but there's a note there, so we'll read that in a sec. Is there anything in the drawers? Nothing? Nothing. Okay. Closing address. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meager as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spent our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant. Should that be reluctant? To see this small piece of Reddington history go. I first wish to thank Lady Epson, our most gracious host today, for not only paying attention in my class those many years ago, but for all the fundraising she has done on behalf of our community and our children. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be a distant and blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. That dreamer is, of course, the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal and my reluctant successor, who I might add, forced me to give this speech. So I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I'll admit. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair. We knew that he was a baron, right? The Baron Sinclair. Oh, and then I want to write down Lady Epson, who might be his wife. I think that's his wife. Whoops. Baron Sinclair, thank you for following your father's footsteps in building Reddington yet another school. Okay. And for allowing us the use of your very own private residence and floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow morning when he hears the children running through his halls. Remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. Better joke to end? Question mark. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught and whose children I may yet. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of peace and quiet. Or a lifetime of quiet peace. There we go. And yet, what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow if you have no one to bestow demerits on? Yeah, I've known some teachers like that. Thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I am still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the slightly less melancholic ribbon cutting ceremony next year. I could see why you'd want maybe a better joke, because saying, like, I might be dead in a couple of months, that's kind of not a great way to end things. Whoa. Within a timely manner. What the hell does that mean? I mean, school. So I don't know why that's there. I don't know why it says that. There's also a desk that Herbie like scratched his name into. I'm even more intrigued by getting multiples, like getting all of these rooms. I should say, not multiple, but like I want to check out all of them because of those. Okay. This is cool. This is very cool. Let me double check my to-do list. So, if we get a magnifying glass, there's tiny text in the mailroom notes, and we want to look at photos in the dark room. I feel like there's more that we want to look at with the magnifying glass, but those are a good place to start. Safe combo in the boudoir. There's the apple orchard lock combo, which might be from a photo in the dark room. Maybe. There was another thing I wanted to write down. Hang on. What was it? Vault needs the safety deposit box key. Okay. That's what it was. I meant to write that down after the last one, and I guess I succeeded because this video is being recorded after the previous one. So, what do we got? I really like the den. I always like the den. I like any room that gives us so many options, and the den gives us so many options. The parlor's fine. The spare bedroom is fine. We'll do the parlor. That gives us gems. We're going to go to the den side first. So we have a gem. There is a trunk here. That's interesting. The nook is probably good. So we now have 3 options for going forward, so let's see where you lead. I mean, the library right away, that's our book. I like that a lot. Let's take the key. Hold for a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to pause and take the headphones off for a moment. So one of my cats likes to just scream. Like she's very tiny. She likes to just go like into the litter box room or the bedroom or something, and she will just scream really loud. And I always have to go check on her and make sure that she's fine. She just does that. She has done that ever since she was a kitten. Sometimes she loses track of us. Like she's independent, so she'll go like sleep by herself. And then she'll wake up and be by herself and panic a little bit. She does that less. Now it's more like she just wants attention or wants me to clean the litter box or just wanted to see where everyone was and if they were doing anything fun without her or whatever. But also, like, my neighbors either recently have guests or school just got out, or their kids are sick, or I don't know what's going on. But for the last like 4 or 5 days, they have little kids, and the little kids have just been screaming horrifically. There was a, you know, like when like a toddler, like a 2 or 3 year old, is wronged, and they just scream bloody murder at the top of their lungs. Oh my gosh, their kid was doing that like 2 days ago at like 5:30 in the freaking morning. It was awful. I live in an apartment complex, so they woke up everybody all around with that, which sucks and is embarrassing as a parent, but also like sucks and was awful for me having to live through that, having to deal with it. I wish we had another gem, but that's just how the dice roll on this. So unfortunate that the library is just going to be a dead end, but it is what it is. So let's go take a look at the library. We could also like zoop over to the parlor and get more gems. That might be good at this stage. Okay. So this just seems like flavor. Like Kimberly Thompson, who was getting lost and trying to figure out how to get to work, she checked out this book, which is awesome. Just like 2 months ago. Okay. Drafting Strategy, Volume 3, the June issue, contents, features, page. The Potential Within by the editor. Gems, gems, gems. We got gem strategies and tips. Planning your house, estate layout, and drafting. Top drafting combos, 5 combos you won't want to miss. Making a connection, estate connectivity. Tips and tricks, suggestions for success, and then a word from the editor by the editor. 15 pages. This could be a lot of reading, probably. The Potential Within. We all start as an empty floor plan. To the ambitious young architect, a fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you are staring at a blank canvas, you have unlimited potential and ideas to explore. But with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can also become overwhelmed by the countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Should I draft a hallway or a closet? How many bedrooms do I need in my house? Is passageway really worth 2 gems? All these questions can compound, adding layers of complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop simple and effective strategies that you can employ while drafting your house to ensure a successful project outcome. By the way, the whole reason I went on that tangent about screaming cat and screaming children is because I heard the screaming through my headphones. I didn't know if it was my little cat in the other room or if it was my neighbor's kids. It's not my cat. Successful drafting outcomes. In this volume of Architectural Digest, we aim to provide architects with some of those strategies and even assist in developing their own. Gems, gems, gems. Every architect needs them. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their house designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle: have gems while drafting. One of the most common ways architects draft themselves into a corner is by not having the resources they need when opening a new door. If you lack the gems to consider all 3 presented options, you may be forced to draft a room you do not want. To avoid this predicament, focus on drafting rooms that grant you gems and prioritize acquiring gems as early in the day as you can. This approach is a surefire way to set yourself up for success. I wonder if we're going to get explanations of some of the mechanics and things, because there's some things I've hinted at that I'm curious about, or I don't understand fully, or whatever. So we'll see what we get as we go through this. Reader submitted gen strats. Make sure you check for gems in the room you are in before clicking the door. I do this way too much. Think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try to only spend them if I really, really need a room. That'll probably come into play more when I've seen all the rooms and I have more particular goals in mind. Right now, my main goal is I want to see like every room. I want to visit every possible room with like some combos and little goals that would be nice. Like it would be great to get the boiler room and connect it to the lab or the laundry, for example. Anyway, I will never draft passageway on the first 5 ranks. It is a simple strat that has served me well. That's actually a pretty good idea. Save it for later when we kind of start to twist and turn into a corner, I guess. If you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Don't pass up wine cellar even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I may have a bit of a problem. Yeah, wine cellar's pretty good. Planning your house, estate layout, and drafting. When you begin drafting a house, it is important to start each day with a solid foundation. Draft early ranks first. A very common mistake beginners make is drafting in a straight line north and ignoring the many unopened doors they have left behind in the entrance hall and the rooms of the early ranks. When these architects reach the higher ranks, they quickly discover they do not have enough keys or gems to continue. Their day usually ends by returning to the lower ranks to draft from the doors they skipped, only to find rooms and items that would have made all the difference if they'd only been found earlier in the day. As the layout to the right demonstrates, even a path of rooms that snakes through the house and does not go in a straight line can also be structurally weak if you're leaving lots of unopened doors in the ranks behind you. By starting each day on a strong foundation of rooms on the early ranks, you will have a much better chance of finding success when you eventually start heading further into the house. I've been trying to do that more and more. That kind of, not in so many words spelled out exactly like that, but that was kind of I was intuiting that I should probably open as many doors as I can before taking any additional steps to go forward. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft rooms. For instance, if you draft the cloister before the terrace, you'll be down 3 gems. But if you draft them in the reverse order, cloister would be free because they don't cost gems, because that's what the terrace does. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Same with like the nursery. Identifying a synergistic pair of floor plans is an essential first step, but determining the optimal order for drafting these rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chance of success. Yeah, but it's random, right? What if you draft and it just gives you the cloister, and then you draft and it gives you the cloister, and you still just haven't even seen the terrace yet? Other floor plan combos. This seems like really good information. I haven't even seen the foyer, so I didn't even know that was a real thing. But hallway doors are always unlocked. That seems really good. Like if I saw that just in a vacuum and it wasn't even here showing me that these are like important synergies, just seeing that hallway doors are always unlocked, it's like, oh, the Great Hall would go great after that. No pun intended. It is a great hall. So all 7 of the doors would be unlocked. That's sweet. And might actually matter when we're going for like the levers to open the antechamber, because there was a lever in the Great Hall, so that's cool. Drafting the bunk room after the nursery will give you 10 extra steps because it counts as 2 separate bedroom triggers. Yeah, I have already identified that. I've commented on it a couple times. Office in the conference room. You don't have to backtrack constantly to collect your gold spread from the office if you have already drafted a conference room. Yeah. Attic, 8 items. Holy cow, haven't seen that either. That's cool. The more items you have, the greater your chances of being able to create a contraption in the workshop. Yeah. That is, I don't know, I'd call that a synergy, but that's true. Whoops. Okay. Making a connection, estate connectivity. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You'll find some floor plans only work by drafting other specific rooms. I guess this is true. The utility closet is like the obvious example. Okay. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when their connectivity is eventually discovered. The utility closet is a perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it can literally power up or down other rooms that you've drafted in your house. So the garage, we can power up the garage door, grant west path access. Dark room, turn the lights back on after we blow a fuse. Yeah. Gymnasium, turn the lights off to prevent step loss. Yeah, I have done all of those. Her ladyship's chamber. I haven't even seen that room either. Boiler room and pump room. I am aware of the boiler room's existence because I've been trying to get it. One of the more simple examples, her ladyship's chamber has synergy with Lady Epson's other 2 rooms, her boudoir and her walk-in closet. Oh, the next time you enter the boudoir, gain 10 steps. The next time you enter the walk-in closet, gain 3 gems. That's cool. The boiler room connects ducts from room to run steam power to specific destinations in the house. The laboratory garage. Ooh, I'm going to write this down. I did not know about the garage. Laboratory, yes, we knew about that. The garage, didn't know about that. Laundry room, I did know about that. Furnace, which is a red room. We saw it as an option once, but I have not taken it or gone in there. And pump room. Started to spell room with a U. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Speaking of the pump room, this room controls the water level throughout rooms in the estate and can interact directly with the... Okay, so let's just write this down. Pump room. Pool. Aquarium. Greenhouse, that's cool. And then other outdoors. Other outdoors features. Interesting. What would the pump room do for the kitchen? Or the greenhouse? Huh. Tips and tricks. In the kitchen, you can check which course is being served in the dining room that day. That'll allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that will make the meal even more delicious. Yep, we kind of noticed that. Besides counting as 2 bedrooms, bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. This will increase the amount of steps granted by master bedroom. I don't even know what that means. The amount of gold spread by the tomb, because it's a double dead end. And the amount of keys found in the servants' quarters, which we have not even seen. Each time you solve a puzzle in the billiard room or parlor, the difficulty will increase slightly the next time you draft that room. I mean, basic math that only is like addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, for numbers less than 20, like I don't see that as ever being complicated, to be honest. The parlor with the logic puzzles, I'm worried that one of those might trip me up at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. Just because you didn't find your items in a room when you first explored it doesn't mean that'll be the case the next time you draft it. Yep, we've noticed that. The day after drafting freezer, it enters an automated cooldown refreezing cycle, during which it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours. Oh, so that removes it from like the pool of options. That's interesting. If you are stuck or don't know what to do in a specific room, sometimes it's smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you will come across, and there is a very good chance that you will find a piece of information down the road which may help. When in doubt, draft rooms you have never seen before. Even if you do not think the room seems very useful, they may still hold useful clues and information that may help you on your journey. Word from the editor. Although with this volume we have provided our readers with many potential strategies and tricks to try, we here at Architectural Digest hope that aspiring architects know that there truly is no set blueprint for success. Forging your own path and coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide the best results. Each architect has his own favorite room, each builder his own favorite tool, and thus each player in turn will develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets and tricks that they can share with the world or keep to themselves. Whichever strategy you employ, we wish you the best of luck drafting and hope that you build the house of your dreams. That was a lot of words. I'm actually impressed with myself for only tripping up a couple of times. That's not bad. I mean, there's never anything up here, is there? I don't think so. Just you, and I haven't had anything new to you, and just give it a super quick glance around. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything up here. Okay, down we go. Is there anything like on the back or the underside of you, or... I don't know. No, doesn't appear to be the case. Okay, so we're going to go... Let's open a room. Oh, I have one key. Yeah. I'll open the trunk. Holy cow, that's so much money. Not as much as we got from the vault and then just couldn't do anything with, but that's still a lot of money. It is just a bunch of dead ends. 2 keys, a gem. That could be really useful. 2 closet items might also be really useful. We'll gamble with the closet. A reroll is nice. And we got a key back, so I'm happy with that. Is there anything else? Okay, logic puzzle time. The other 2 statements have identical wording. This box and the blue box are both empty. This box and the white box are both empty. So you're false. You have to be false. It doesn't matter which of these is true because each of these says we're both empty. We're both empty. So if either one of them is true, then the gems are in the black box. And either one of them is true, therefore the gem is in the black box. Hell yeah. All right, let's employ architecture book strategy and try to save our gems and not draft the passageway. Well, that would be our only path forward. So we reroll. While drafting in a classroom, you may draw new floor plans one time for each other knowledge room, architecture room, compass room in your house. Like a drawing compass, not like a direction compass. So we have to take the hallway. That is the only way we can go forward. This is kind of the thing that I don't like, is how we just continually seem to end up like having very few branching paths. Courtyard seems good. Commissary would be great. We need the branching paths. We spend a gem, but we gain 2, so I'm 100% A-okay with this. And we get a sledgehammer that I could use to open the trunk that I already opened with a key. That just had money in it, so it doesn't really even matter anyway. Okay. Let's see what goes this way first. If something curves like off to the down, that would be okay maybe. West Wing Hall seems fine. I really like that. That's good. That's good options. So where do you go? A gem for the classroom, huh? And it only applies when we're drafting in here? And you would just... Like, these are all terrible. These all just go nowhere. I don't like this at all. We could get a classroom, which will make future classrooms better. Hey, Mr. Kitty Cat. He's a little spooked. A bunch of our neighbors are making a lot of noise, and it's making him nervous, poor guy. I'd rather not spend gems. The bedroom is effectively nothing, right? We gain 2 steps for going in, and we spend 1 going in, we spend 1 coming out. So, unless there's like items specifically in there, that doesn't get us anything. So we'll just take the pantry. We at least get some money and a banana. Okay. So there's an up and a down. Kind of unfortunate again, but whatever. We have already seen this art where there's an E in here where we are right now. I also want to know what the heck is going on with you. There's a digging spot in here, which is kind of cool. Can't actually do anything with that, but it is interesting nonetheless. So, I mean, this is the only one that's not a dead end, so we have to take it. Yeah, not a lot going on in here. Hey, dude. Hi. Yeah, you keep jumping up here on the desk, and then your ears go back, and then you get real low and run into the bedroom, probably to hide under the bed. And then you come zooming back over here up onto the desk again. Come here. Hey, come here. Come on, big guy. Can I pet you? He's tiptoeing. He's just tiptoeing around the desk. Nope, there he goes again. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I wish there was more I could do to help. We'll get the workshop, because if nothing else, I think we're making progress towards... So there's an item here, in which case we get the broken handle. Broken lever. This, though, we're getting letters. They're spelling out something. Workshop. So we have S, G, E, and A as the letters that we've gotten off of this, which is like geas or like sage. Sage being more pertinent to me because I play Final Fantasy XIV, and sage is one of the classes that you play as in that game. I enjoy it quite a bit. We don't have any items. No, just the sledgehammer and the broken lever, which we could combine with another item that we don't have. Ugh, sucks to use the corridor here, kind of, but I mean, we're not out of this yet. Kind of sucks to use the chapel as well, but we're not out of this yet. The money thing is mildly annoying, but like honestly, we keep ending up with so much more money than I am ever using. And these haven't changed, right? 4 is like the chimney sweep, and 6 is the jockey. Yeah, okay. Those are all the same. In theory, I'd be okay with down being a dead end or something that curves off to the left from when we enter. Like the classroom would be fine. Oh no, we dead ended. Alright, so we're effectively done. Oh, we needed keys from the spare bedroom. I could have worked my way up here instead. Oh well, it doesn't matter. That's a bummer. But it is what it is. Let's see what's in here first. So with this and without this, I don't know what that means. Salt gem, salt shaker, shovel. Yes, please. We can at least go digging. We're gonna go this way because we get a free reroll if we do stuff here. Also, we can look at what's going on in the room. Can you find the difference between the lock and the clock? What the hell does this mean? Screenshot. OneNote. New page. Classroom. So is there something different about these compared to the actual images we see elsewhere? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a sideways 8, 9, and 10. So that's infinity. That has to be important. I don't know why. What the hell does this mean? Classroom puzzle, can you find the difference? Benny, color workshop. Fill in each object below with its correct color. B+. Each color is only used twice, 10 out of 12. He used red 3 times and blue 3 times. My favorite color is red. Do I need to figure out what the colors are? The lizard is probably green, which was only used once. So the flag is probably yellow? Or I'm just going to take a screenshot of this guy as well. Ugh, and there's 3 more? Oh, jeez. You must really like red, Caleb. What is this, like a crayon or something? They made it blue? That could maybe be yellow. No, it's blueprints. Ha 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 ha. It's blueprints. Okay. So I don't know why that's like an orange. Yeah, like one of the reds is wrong, one of the blues is wrong. Those are the 2 that we're missing to get to 12 out of 12. The blueprints are definitely blue. The water's definitely blue. The wagon is almost certainly red. The fire hydrant's definitely like red. The lizard's got to be green, which is one of the colors it's missing. The other color that's missing is yellow. So that has to be a yellow flag. B-. Favorite color is red. They all really like red. So there's 3 that are wrong here. So this is 1 that's wrong. This is 2 that's wrong. I think the flag is wrong. What color did you have the flag? Yeah, purple. And that would be 3, and so this would be yellow. So the colors of these flags is like actually important, right? Let me make a note over here. So, triangle flag equals yellow. Let's spell that correctly. The thing here is like it has to be showing us like the flag colors, right? Like that's the relevant thing. Lizard equals green. Okay. And you just made everything red. It's the first grade. Favorite color is red from RG. You got 2 wrong. The flag colors are swapped. The purple and the orange. Okay. I feel confident that I know that. I don't know what that gets us, but I feel like I have learned that. I wish I could fill this in. I'd be real good at it. Grade 1. Big ol' like painted globe. Ugh. Oh, I'm just like mildly overwhelmed by all the stuff going on. Blue, green, yellow, violet, red, orange. Blue, green, yellow, orange, red, purple on the worksheet. Is that important? Who knows? Okay, so we're gonna draft from here. We get we got 3 total redraws. What do I want? This is our final room. It is dead-ended no matter what. It does not matter. Other than maybe there's something that we could accomplish here. So, making a note there. The commissary. We have the shovel. So getting like a getting the lab seems like it might be good. If we could like raise our allowance again or something, get some sort of permanent unlock, get a star. That seems okay. Conference room seems irrelevant. Vault seems irrelevant. The one that I keep thinking of is like the coat check. The coat check would be amazing because that would let us like save the shovel and guarantee that we could access it on a future run. So the lab is tempting, but let's re-roll and see if we get anything else. Patio, bunk room, guest bedroom. I don't really care for any of these. Another classroom doesn't do anything. Utility closet doesn't do anything. The East Wing Hall is interesting only because it would be completely directly opposite the West Wing Hall, which could be something, but I don't think it is. Or I don't know that would do anything for us, especially because we can't progress any further. So we'll do one final redraw. The office seems really good though. This had an upgrade disc last time we were here. It does not have one this time. That would have been real nice though. There's the safe. March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Just, you know, all the same stuff. There's the safe that we still have no means of opening. Greenhouse is busted again. This will just spread coins around, which doesn't matter. Run payroll. Log into network. We still don't have the password. Have we picked up any new numbers that could be like a safe number? There's the number that we found like in the hovel. Come on, let me click on the safe again. And it was numbers that were colored and is probably not relevant, but it is a set of numbers, so we'll try entering it. So 4, 5, 2, 9, 2. I can't imagine the groundskeeper would know the number for the safe, but there it is. We tried many combinations of 9083, which just did not do anything. There could be like 1212, which I think is the Roman numerals from the family crest, which was what in the wine cellar. There's 3806, which would be if we flip the potential safe number around. I don't know if I clicked clear. I don't know if clicking clear matters. It could also be 6083. No. I don't think we have any meaningful new numbers. The key card had a number on it, actually. That was 57188. There's going to be a specific safe combination written down somewhere, right? All right, we're not going to worry about it. Dang, I was hoping for another lucky upgrade disc, but that's all right. We didn't get it. Is there anything else for us to do? Oh, we could dig. We can dig, and we can maybe try to combine workshop things. So the storeroom had something. It doesn't matter if we go through the chapel. I think I am just going to buy the salt. I can't imagine that would combine with the shovel, the sledgehammer, or the lever, but you never know. I feel obligated to try it. The completionist within me is like, we have to at least try it. It does combine with something. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. None of that stuff combines. That's a bummer. Maybe we'll just randomly dig up another useful item. I can't imagine that we would, but... Safe deposit box key. The vault was yesterday. A salted, oversized turnip. Delicious. Coins. Yeah. That's a bummer, but that's just the way it all worked out, huh? I didn't notice any other digging spots. I think... Trying to, like, rack my brain. I don't think so. I think we just call it a day. Don't feel like we accomplished much, but we learned, like, about the classrooms and stuff. I didn't realize I didn't know anything about the classroom, like, rooms at all, so we learned that they cost gems. They're all L-shaped. Useful if you want to fish for, like, a specific room. That's kind of cool. But we did kind of end up with, like, some awkward curvature and stuff to our manor as we were going. So, Mount Holly, the rustic villa. And I think that's where we call it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I don't usually do this, but here's the plug. You know, like, thumbs up, etc. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this game tremendously. It is scratching an itch for, like, puzzles and, like, the randomness. I can feel, like, the frustrating edges to the randomness, but so far I'm enjoying this. We'll see how well this holds up when I'm going for, you know, very specific room layouts and specifically going for, like, the 46th room. We're trying to solve other puzzles. Right, like trying to get the boiler room next to the lab or anything else at all is kind of infuriating. That's annoying. We gotta, like, get lucky enough to get the wrench so that we can draft the boiler room just ever independently, which means we probably also need, like, the gems to do that. But then we can lower the rarity and make it more likely that we can get it next to a room we care about in the future. That's so many steps. That's wild. So we got all that stuff to work towards. We'll see how I feel about the randomness at that point. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. May the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.